For a tumultuous week, the president's approval rating has dipped to just below 40%, but amongst Republicans, his approval rating is at 73%. But that is actually down about 6 points from earlier this month, suggesting the president's many battles are chipping away at his base. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell was one of candidate Trump's earliest and most outspoken supporters in Minnesota. Lindell even spoke at a packed rally at the Twin Cities airport that Trump attended just 2 days before the election. Earlier this month, Lindell was at the White House, seated at the president's side at a Made in America event. And joining us right now is MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell to talk about his White House visit and his continuing support for the president. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Esme.
All right, well, let me ask you, and there's another poll from CBS that indicates that even amongst Republicans, even amongst the president's core supporters, there's slippage here. How about for you?
There's no slippage for me, and polls are usually wrong.
Well, they certainly were
before.
Wrong. They certainly were wrong with the president.
I think a lot of that is because, there's been so much blockage on the president's agenda, what he wants to get done, and I know a lot of stuff that's coming that's going to get done, and when that stuff starts to manifest, it's going to be amazing.
All right. When you were at the White House, this is just days ago, how did the president seem? What did you talk about?
It was amazing. This was the Made in America event. He's so proud of MyPillow being here, Made in Minnesota, 1,500 employees, and it was an honor to be there. And we talked about, what we can do to keep things and to keep jobs in this country. And one of the things I brought up was to educate entrepreneurs and manufacturers that making stuff overseas isn't all it's cracked up to be, because you have the time of getting it here. That 2 months on the sea, and if your market changes, you're stuck with that product, and then and then you end up air shipping in. So there's not all these savings people think, and it's I think by educating the manufacturers and the entrepreneurs, I would never make stuff overseas.
All right.
So we talked about a lot of that stuff and then getting stuff made private sector, using private sector things, so we know when stuff's made here. Well,
and I know that the president has expressed a lot of interest in MyPillow, but let me ask you this. I mean, he's made an awful lot of items, certainly his ties, his clothing, his daughter's clothing, overseas. Any thoughts about that, Mike?
Well, there's certain things that that his past that he learned from. I mean, his heart is to help the country. I know him personally, and he has such a passion for the jobs here, and because he's such diversified, he has stuff everywhere in the world because he's the businessman he's been. But his passion is to make it here, and his heart is to make it here.
All right. I know that you know the president personally. You also know many of the people working around him, including somebody who was burst onto the national scene. Yeah. You are a friend of Anthony Scaramucci, who is the new communications director, who has created enormous controversy in just a week. What is Mr. Scaramucci like?
Yeah, well, in person, he's amazing. I really like him. I met him 2 years ago. We became friends. We text back and forth. And when he got this position, I think that what happened, I was only getting bits and pieces. I just came from Philadelphia, from QVC. I've been busy all week, but I think that's a manifestation of the frustration in this administration of getting blocked at all areas. And he protects the president so much, and he's a great communicator. But in person, I mean, he just took me under his wing when I went to the Republican convention. Mike, how you doing? And it was like, introduced me to everyone, and just. So
you've been texting him this week?
Yeah. Well, before this all happened, I haven't. Yeah. He's been busy. He's been busy.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, one of the things that Mr. Scaramucci and President Trump believe is that the media really has not given the president a fair shot. I mean, it sounds like you agree with that.
I 100% agree with that. Because they haven't given me a fair shot, and I'm only just, I'm not a politician. I'm just, I believe in what the agenda is for this administration, helping the inner cities, all the stuff that I talked to Mr. Trump or the president last summer. And I believe they're blocked not just there. I believe they're blocked on both sides of the party, and it's just he's fighting through everything. And I know his heart. I know what he wants to do, and it's frustrating.
Okay. And do you think he'll be able to achieve it?
Oh yeah. Okay. He's very strong. He'll get through.
All right. Well, Mr. Mike Lindell, thank you so much for coming in. I know you are super busy. We certainly appreciate your time.
I'm going to head for that parade.
Okay. Yes, you're going to the parade in Chaska to give out some pillows.
Yep.
Right, thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, former